Dear Sybille, I'm really happy that I get to talk to you and get to know you. And my question is, you are the general manager of Jazzahead. It's a huge responsibility. And I wanted to know, what's your motivation? Why do you do this?
Oh, thank you for this wonderful question. So this leads me to something that happened 18 years ago. My boss had the idea that jazz really needed a home or a convention like this, because there was no meeting place for jazz people. And then we started 18 years ago, and he gave me the chance to build this up. So since 2006, our premiere, it has developed a lot. Mm-hmm. And in 2011, we even had the chance to develop out of this trade fair a whole festival. So the reason why we are doing this is as simple as that. Jazz needs a place for the professionals to meet and to discuss their topics and to present their productions. And so this is something that is like a heart affair, because the jazz people, they were presented in other trade fairs, in other music trade fairs, and other conventions, but they were never in the center. So we decided to put jazz in the center of everything.
That is amazing. That's a tricky one maybe, but it's very interesting for us. What's your biggest challenge in this job, and what are you the happiest about when it works out for you personally?
Okay, then let me start with the happy moments. Okay. What is wonderful in this job is the annual changing partner country. This gives us the possibility to really go deep into a country and its culture and music. So it's after 18 years, it's still something fresh and new and exciting, because we get to know more music, more good music, more exciting and interesting people. So this is the good part of it. Struggling, there are a lot of struggling things, and especially the past 3 years were really heavy for all of us, for the whole music sector, for the jazz sector, for the live sector, music live sector. It's not only COVID, it's the war against Ukraine. It is all that, and it has changed the musical ecosystem a lot. So struggling, yes, to survive. And what we've seen is there are a lot of even big players who are no longer doing what they really love to do because of this awful situation. So this year is really, and that is giving hope. We are coming back a little bit, and we see a lot of smiling faces. So a lot of people who have survived this really hard period of time. And what we can see here at Jazzahead, I don't know the figures right now. There is hope. Jazz is not dead. So.
Okay, so what is jazz to you? Why do you enjoy it so much?
Well, for me personally, it is freedom, it is diversity, it is never ending, it's always moving ahead, it's a lot of discoveries, and it makes it so great. So, and this is, I think, this music development will never end, and this is what it is for me. A lot of nice discoveries, also this year.
Thank you so much, and have a great couple of days. It's just beginning the fair, so you have a lot to do, but I hope that you will hear a lot of music too. Thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you, and I hope you will enjoy. And if you miss some concerts here at Jazzahead, the good thing is you can hear, you can listen to them because they are all recorded. So this will be my jazz ahead after jazz ahead, enjoying the music. Thank you.
Thank you. Danke.
War das okay?
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am. Heading home back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So super nice to meet you here, and I can already see that you brought something, and I would like to know what it is.
Yeah, it's my new album, and it is with my new band, Letters from Love. It's a German-Norwegian band. My two colleagues are from Norway, and I met them in Copenhagen. We studied our master, and we decided to have a band right before the pandemic hit. And since we were already like touching, wanted to write pieces together, we did that like in distance. On Zoom, we had regular meetings, and we composed, sent fragments around, and everybody like continued the fragments of the other person, and we made that rotate until the pieces felt ready. And since that process took like over a year, we developed also concepts for performances. And we started playing with each other's recordings because it was the only way to play together in a way, because it didn't really work to play on Zoom together because of the delay. But with the recordings, it totally works. And we had a concert where I was playing solo, and the guys were on Zoom. I was in Copenhagen, they were in Oslo, and they launched their recordings from my computer on stage whenever they thought it would fit. And it was like improvisations on our material, and like everything was sort of from the same pool of ideas. And they also morphed in the moment with the pedal board. And now that we can play together again, we stand live on stage together, and we all have like a computer with a sampler and with effects with our recordings. And we do it together. We interact with our past selves, and we're sort of crossing room and time conventions with that concept. And on this album, it is a live concert at Loft Cologne. And there's also Fabian Ahrens as a special guest on the album. He joined us at the concert on drums and with his modular synthesizer. And it was such a great match. We were still like collaborating and playing concerts together. And we are so happy that we recorded this concert because it allowed us to make this album.
Wow, that is an amazing story. And what are your further plans with that?
Now we'll just try to play as much as we can, since there was such a long time where we couldn't play because of our different nationalities. But now we are trying to use each other's networks to just play in Germany, play in Scandinavia, and we just want to continue our work on that and like find more and more ideas in that concept. Like.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am. Heading home back.
So, hi Olivia, it's very nice to meet you here at the Jazzahead. And I know your wonderful music, and I wanted to ask you about what is right now the most important thing that you are working on or promoting. What's your, baby right now?
So I'm about to release a new album. It's called Dialogues Delight, and it is a duo album with my drummer and also partner, Italian drummer Nicola Angelucci. We already play in duo since several years, but now it's the first time that we actually recorded our music It's a piano, voice, and drums instrumentation, so it's quite intense and like a lot of interplay and also at the same time very intimate. It's a very challenging, daring project. Also with a special guest on the accordion, Luciano Biondini. And it's my second release for Warner Music Italy, again showing me with Italian musicians. Yeah.
That sounds super exciting. When is the release date?
The digital release date is May 5th already. And then it will be physically available from mid-May. We have a few concerts in Germany and also some concerts in Italy. So catch us if you can.
That's exciting. I also wanted to know, or we wanted to know, how do you manage the challenges of being a musician, but also, a human being with, the rest that we need to manage in life? Is it complicated for you? How do you do that right now?
Well, I'm actually glad that you're not asking me about how do I manage to be a woman, because I very much think of myself as a person and a musician, and I don't really think about that question of gender a lot. I feel that I really want to focus on the music itself. Music is really a profession in the way of a calling for me, so I give 100% of my energies to doing what I do in music, and probably I'm not the only one whose personal life is very much connected with the music life. So my best friends are the musicians that I play with. My partner is drummer who also plays in my trio. So I try to manage in a way that I can spend time with the people that I love and with whom I have the best chemistry also in music, because it goes along often. So I enjoy what I do, and I don't need many hobbies or something to distract myself from. It's enough for me to have a walk and come back, and I want to play and compose. So it's really fulfilling me.
Wow, thank you so much. It was a beautiful answer. So what do you expect from the Jazzahead right now?
Well, the best thing is to not have expectations too much in my experience. So for me, it's a moment to meet people who I haven't seen for several years now, also due to the pandemic, but also due to being on the road a lot and being abroad a lot. So for me, it's a moment of encounter, and the first 2 days have already been amazing and very full of friendly encounters. I have some things to promote, like the new album Dialogues Delight. Then we're looking for different people to add to our team with my manager. So let's see what comes out of it. Sometimes the unexpected goes the longest way. So I wait for that.
That's wonderful. I wish you the best of luck, and I see you around. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Feeling the way I am. Heading home back.
So, I'm really happy to meet you, and you already told me that you have a personal project and it's super interesting. Maybe you would tell me about that. What are you promoting right now?
Yeah, I have a trio. Which has a new release coming up in September. September 22nd, I think it will be released.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is our 5th album.
Wow.
The same trio. With Merli Mazzolo on drums and Lars Wollman on bass. It's called Meteora. The title.
What is it about?
Actually, Meteora is a place in Greece where there are like rock formations. And then there are monasteries on the top of it, like looking up into the sky. So a lot of the music is like going out in space.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And also at the same time, some of the music is more like earthy and celebrating life. But it's like the last 3-4 years. It's been a strange time in the whole world.
Yeah.
I think a lot of about the whole existence.
Yeah.
So this is what it's about.
So congratulations on that, obviously. And You are like the band leader, right? And you compose, so you do probably much more than that. And I wanted to know, how do you balance that? I mean, and how do you feel? You feel it's getting a bit easier as a woman, especially in this scene, or like, do you see some changes? What?
It's good about the women.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you feel that there is a special role that is more difficult, maybe, or?
Perhaps it's maybe there's a tendency that you always ask your friends if you want to be in a band.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of men playing with men.
Yeah.
This happens maybe, but then again, I play in a lot of bands where it's mixed. Maybe even more women than men. So I think the thing to do is like to find your friends.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man. Find kindred spirits, that you can play with, and it will, music will kind of solve all the problems, I hope.
But you found them. You said it's a fifth release.
My trio is actually with Merlin and Alau, so we're like 2/3 women and 1/3 men.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Then I have a quartet called Weavers. That was my last project. Where I'm a woman and 3 other guys. So the atmosphere is a little bit different. Almost the music is also a little bit different. Maybe.
That's interesting.
Maybe.
That's interesting. Okay. And what are your plans for the release until September?
Well, this time we're trying to prepare it. Having everything finished, the music is finished, working on the cover and trying to send the press releases to all the promotion.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And a good time here also then.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am. Heading home back.
So, dear Susanne, it's really nice to meet you here. And I hope that you enjoy this very, very busy event. And I wanted to ask you about your current project. What is like burning right now?
Oh yeah, we I've just released a new CD. It's called Følge, and I have a trio together with a guitar player, Nils Olav Johansen, and a drummer. And so now we are here to play this from this album, yes.
Yeah.
And to promote that album and to yeah. So about and I am. This is my music from. I come from the northern part of Norway, and usually I'm called. I'm a fiddle player, and then I'm into folk music. I'm writing my music from out of the tradition from the northern part of Norway. So, but it doesn't sound like folk music anymore. But the way I compose is out of the structure of the components of the dialect I play from the folk music. So that's the album, and yeah.
And what's the topic of it? What's the main topic of the album? What were you thinking about? What image did you have in mind? What are you telling about?
Yeah, what are always about life. Yeah, the name of the album is Følge. It means more like a follower, or it could be like I'm thinking that particularly it's one melody also called Følge, and it means that I'm thinking of every person in life, every history, people you have met or just heard about. It could be your relatives, it could be and you have all your ages in your life. They are always with you. Yeah. And for me, I met a lot of the old fiddle players from the north. They are not there anymore, but they are kind of keep them here, and that is my følge. So I kind of see different. And it also means that you have that's in old belief from the north, that you have this this on your back, your shoulders, who is following you, and it's a part of you who tells you what to do and not to do. That I just find is a little fun.
It sounds so beautiful. How do you, and then, the ultimate question is always for me, how do you combine this job that is very challenging and life?
Oh, that's easy. It's really easy because it is my life. I have kids, but they are grown up now, and just to travel, I've done it all my life, and I actually I enjoy it still as much as I did when I was 20, and that is more than 30 years ago. So this is my life. So I have a mixed life. I live far out on a small island out in the sea, not that far from Lofoten, and just with small. It's an old fishing place, and then I also have this life. So I like the change of it, and so I'm many days a year also totally alone, and just in mood to compose, and that's a good place to be for composing.
That sounds beautiful. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that you will meet many people who can help you, promote.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am. Heading on back.
Eric, it's super nice to meet you here, finally in person.
Likewise.
Thank you. And I would like to know, yesterday you won the German Jazz Prize. I mean, you were the four of you with the project Queer Cheer, and I would really like to know, I mean, first, what were your feelings in that moment, and then second of all, what's this collective about?
Well, we were very happy and surprised we got this prize because this is a very young initiative. We try to do something for like only 1 year. So what we did was have like a one-day little festival. And basically our idea is to bring together queer musicians who have a connection to jazz or to improvised music, and create safer spaces within the jazz world in Germany. And so our idea would be maybe a concert series or just to continue our work, and this prize is a great thing because it's connected to money, so we actually have money to pay queer musicians to create safer spaces and to do this work that's going to bring us forward in jazz, I believe.
It's so amazing. I just also wondered, I mean, I assume that as a musician you're allowed to dream, and what would be your ideal situation in a business? I know it's a tough question maybe, but like what do you want to be able to do next?
Well, for me as a musician, standing here on my own or as part of the collective, I would say, if I'm talking about myself, what is my dream is to be able to do the music that I want to make and have the resources to do it and have the infrastructure to do it, as in terms of like not losing more money.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we all lose a lot of money doing what we really want to do. But to have people on our side that support it financially, that release the music and that promote it, without us as musicians having to do everything, that would be my dream of focusing mostly on the artistic work and on getting the music right and not the whole business part. That would be my dream.
where can I sign? That sounds great. But you're doing a lot of work to make it possible. So, I mean, it's not just a dream, right?
It's hard work. It's working several jobs at once, and it's way too much sometimes. But I'm not sure who said that, but I think I saw it on social media. Like, if you're an artist, you have to do it. So it doesn't feel like I have a choice. I just have to do it. And what is my choice is like how clever I do it. So this is another reason why I'm here for many years, like trying to get to know as many people as possible at jazzahead, trying to connect also. That collective creativity, it's helpful like to empower each other to connect and then start something, and then that's how we change the structures a little bit. But of course, like the big structures like university, the change has to happen there too.
And what's your current musical project? What are you working right now?
So next spring, 2024, an album is going to come out that is dedicated to the topic of addiction as a topic, and it's going to be with large ensemble. Vanya Slavin produced it, Dexter Mason produced it. It's going to be with Julia Kadel on piano, Bernhard Meyer on bass, Andi Haber on drums. And it's going to be in German. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am.
It's very, very nice to meet you here. And I was curious, I know that you have a current release, and maybe you will tell us something about that. What is?
The new release is my second album with my quartet. It's called Flowing Mind. And I wrote the songs or the compositions mostly in the pandemic times, like many musicians in those times, because it was very deep feelings, and we had to organize our lives in a new way. So I think many musicians had a strong input in those times.
Yeah. And what is the topic of that album? Like, is it, like you said, something personal, or you have maybe focused on a new sound? What would you say defines it?
I think maybe the stories, For example, Flowing Mind is the story of me riding a car to one of the few gigs, and I realized how important it is for the musician to travel, to go to the gigs in all Germany, and to have time in the car. And in the car I have ideas for compositions. And often I stop and I sing something, I write something on my iPhone, and I realized this freedom even of driving the car to a gig is an important time for me as a mother, also to be alone in the car and enjoy the landscape, think about the concert, about the people who will come, and so on. Yeah.
And because you mentioned it, how do you combine this, I would say, pretty stressful, challenging industry and like everything you have to do as a musician? How do you combine it with your personal life and family life?
It's an up and down. First, what happened in my life is that my husband started working so much. He works less. Since several years, we had this agreement when we married. I told him, when the children get bigger, please. Now I want to go stronger in my business, and you have to work less.
Yeah.
So my husband is doing a lot at home. Also today, on the jazzahead, he's managing the family.
Oh, yeah.
And what you need a lot of energy. I think I work very much. I work every day 12, 13 hours. And but I have the energy from my family, from my children. Now I have a handicapped daughter, severely handicapped. She can't speak and can't walk, and she's a big. She's inspiring me a lot. Everybody tells me, Isabelle, how do you do it? And I think because of our special situation we have with this very handicapped child, we have a different life. We have a very different life, because on one side I see this business sometimes appears stupid and it's not important, because I have Juliette on the other side. She's such an inspiration that gives me so much love, and so much a special view on this world also, that the music for me is so important, you know, that I can't accept all this business we have to do today.
Yeah, great.
It's like 80% marketing and 20% music. It's like this today.
It is already the best case scenario I've heard. No.
No, really?
Yeah, no, but it is very intense. And but so, what would be the one thing that could make your life as a musician and also as a mother and as a human being? What would make your life easier? If you could make a wish.
Well, it would be to get paid, you know, to get paid when you have your child. I had this child that had to go to hospital for a long time. I still went to the gigs, you know, from the hospitals to the gig and back to the hospital, you know, because I had panic, and I was panicking that maybe people wouldn't book me anymore or I wouldn't disappear.
Yeah.
And this happens. People say, oh, Isabelle has a child now. Okay, take another flutist, take somebody else. And also I'm teaching at the Musikhochschule, and also there, if you don't go, you don't get paid, you know. And this has to change. This has to change, and maybe only the mind support would help, you know, to accept that to be a musician is a profession, you know, that you have to do marketing, that when you work, nobody stops you. You are working, and this has to be accepted like any other profession, you know. And I think something like a support for human musicians to get financial support, you know, so I can stay at home and really feed my child. I remember going to the Hochschule and I don't tell you what you do, all stuff, you know.
So, first, thank you for saying that, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for this conversation.
Yeah, and all the best for you.
Thank you. Oh, das war schön.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am. Heading home back.
Hi, Elma. It's super nice. It's super nice to meet you. I wanted to ask you about your current project. What do you do right now? What do you promote? What are you busy with?
Last year I released a Licentia Poetica album with superb musicians, Knox Chandler on guitar, Knox Chandler, New Yorker, and Daiko Nakai, originally from Japan, but at the moment from Berlin on bass, and Klaus Kugel on drums and percussion. Multi-culture experiences, and at the same heart and improvisation, because it was a live recording, totally free improvisation, and I think we managed to find a multicolored adventure which we shared deeply with our audience during this event, and this is why we decided to release it as a CD.
And tell me, that's a bit of another topic, but how do you manage to combine this challenging job that is not just a job, obviously music and the industry, and with your life, with your day-to-day life? Is it possible to find a balance, or what's your secret?
Certainly, it is a challenge. Actually, because I'm a mom of a 12 years old son who is homeschooled. I know that in Germany it is not possible to homeschool child, but in Poland it is possible, and it's another great adventure to observe and to delicate lead the child and his own challenges and to see day by day how he gain his new worlds and how he goes for his dreams.
Because you're speaking about your son, what do you think music could give him personally? Maybe your music even, or jazz. Maybe he's not too young for jazz now. Like, I don't know. But why would you introduce your child to music? Would you even?
My duty is to just show him the background, see the world history of the art, not only music but also literature and film. And my son's dream is to become a writer and a film director in the future. So we spent quite a lot of time exploring a history of film and literature, and also a film music. So it's a special interest of us to find how music can be not only background but a kind of a partner of the dialogue with film, with stories. So it's not semantic, but can be semantic in the connection with the film. With the story.
That's so beautiful. I wish you the best of luck with your projects and the best of luck here at the Jazzahead. Thank you so much for this conversation.
So much. Thank you.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling the way I am. Heading home back.
Christine, ich freue mich total, dich hier zu treffen. Ich weiß, du machst ganz, ganz tolle Musik und ich wollte dich fragen, was ist dein aktuelles Projekt?
Ja, tatsächlich ist es mehr als eins. Ich habe ein Quartett namens Ausfahrt. Da ist die Besetzung Gitarre, Bass, Schlagzeug, Saxophon. Wir machen Jazz-Grunge, so nennt sich die Stilistik. Genau, das ist so schon seit ein paar Jahren, aber immer noch mein aktuelles Projekt. Wir planen gerade das 3. Album. Und ich habe letzten Monat mein erstes Soloalbum rausgebracht. Deswegen, das ist jetzt gerade auch sehr aktuell.
Wie schaffst du das, das alles unter einen Hut zu kriegen und vor allem, wie schaffst du das, also ich meine, Musik und Privatleben, manchmal überschneidet sich das ja, weil das ja eine Leidenschaft ist, aber wie fühlst du dich gerade herausgefordert mit allem?
Ja, das ist eine gute Frage. Es ist manchmal sehr herausfordernd, weil der Tag ja leider nur 24 Stunden hat. Und ich versuche ja trotzdem immer genug zu schlafen, also ich muss schon meistens eher 9 Stunden als 8 Stunden schlafen. Aber ich sag mal so, den Rest der Zeit, wenn ich dann wach bin, arbeite ich fast die ganze Zeit. Also in letzter Zeit habe ich nicht so viel Freizeit. Das ist vielleicht dann so der Preis, ja.
Und was sind die Momente, wo du denkst, das hat sich gelohnt?
Ja, wenn man dann doch mal ein Album rausbringt und oder neue Songs schreibt und die dann mit der Band spielt und man denkt dann, wow, das ist ja geiler, als ich es mir vorgestellt habe. So, das sind natürlich die Momente, ja.
Das ist schön. Was wäre dein idealer Tagesablauf? Also weil die Realität und die Branche und das ist alles, wir wissen, das ist alles vielleicht nicht ideal, aber wie würdest du dir wünschen, wenn du träumen könntest, wie dein Job eigentlich aussehen würde als Bandleaderin, ne? Und Komponistin und Musikerin?
Also tatsächlich so ähnlich wie jetzt, aber so ein bisschen strukturierter manchmal. Also mein Traum wäre es wirklich, wenn ich einen Pool zu Hause hätte und so jeden Morgen aufstehen würde und erstmal ein bisschen schwimmen und dann abends vielleicht nochmal so Sauna und Whirlpool und dazwischen wirklich nur arbeiten, komponieren und proben und so weiter. Das könnte dann alles so bleiben, aber man hätte dann so diesen Ausgleich. Ja, genau. Das wäre jetzt meine Wunschvorstellung.
Weißt du was, das wünsche ich dir. Vielen, vielen Dank.
Ja, danke dir auch.
So, I'm really happy to meet you. And I would like to know what's your current project that you are maybe promoting or working at?
Today is the big day because today we are releasing our third album, Kasia Pietrzko Trio, called Fragile Ego, in Polish jazz series for Warner Music. So it's a really important day for me. Like, what can I say? I am fourth time on Jazzahead and I'm promoting my new album. So I'm super excited. How many concerts we are gonna play after that?
How many?
We don't know.
Okay. But what's the title about? It's super interesting. Tell me the story.
This story of title of this album is really long and has a lot of meanings. One meaning is about myself and my story about my musical journey. Second thing is about my character, that I'm super sensitive but really hard working woman. And the third thing is that our music style in Kasia Pietrzko Trio is super dualistic, and it's about impressionism music, of course jazz, but it's impressing, but it's always super express our jazz journey. So it's two completely different things, like impressionism, expressionism. It comes together with our music style, so it's super exciting.
It sounds exciting. And because you said that it's a bit controversial, and because you also said that you're sensitive but very hardworking, I wonder, how do you combine the jazz industry and your life? Like, do you get to live, or you just work?
I should say that I work really a lot, but after these 5 years on the market, I can say that I really trying to get work-life balance, because without that I'm not gonna play interesting music, and I'm not gonna get inspired of life, to develop new things, new emotions and new people and new music and new art. So I really keep on trying to have this work-life balance for now.
Yeah. And tell me, maybe, I don't know if you can say it short even, but why did you pick jazz to express your emotions?
I was playing classical music I could say for a long time, but when I started developing jazz, I saw that in jazz I can be more free, and I can develop more, even more emotions than classical music. Of course, I'm super nice to classical music, and I absolutely in love, and sometimes I even miss to play classical music, but I can develop myself and my character and my extrovertic and introvertic also way to show my artistic way. Fulfilled.
Right, yeah. That sounds great. I wish you best of luck for the release and many concerts.
Thank you very much.
And it was really nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Give me a song that's robust, feeling